The Nigerian Senate has passed the 2025-2027 Medium-Term Expenditure Framework (M.T.E.F.F.S.P) and Fiscal Strategy Paper (F.S.P) for implementation by the federal government. The Red Chamber approved the expenditure framework with a total spending of 47.9 trillion naira and a new borrowing plan of 9.22 trillion naira, which includes both domestic and foreign borrowings. The passage followed the presentation of a report by the chairman of the Joint Committees on Finance and National Planning and Economic Affairs, presented by the Senator Musa Sani. Highlights of the approved recommendations of the 2025-2027 M.T.E.F.F.S.P include approval of projected framework with an exchange rate of 1,400 naira to a dollar, the oil prices of $75, $76.2 and $75.3 per barrel for 2025, 2026 and 2027 respectively.
Following the criteria in the overview of the framework for revenues and expenses, the 2025 Federal Government of Nigeria budget proposed spending stands at 47.9 trillion, of which 34.82 trillion was retained. New borrowings stood at 9.22 trillion, which constitute both domestic and foreign borrowings. Debt service was valued at 15.38 trillion. Pensions, gratuities, and retirees' benefits stood at 1.443 trillion, and fiscal deficits at 13.0 trillion be approved. Capital expenditure is projected at 16.48 trillion, which is exclusive of transfers. Statutory transfer stands at 4.26 trillion. Sinking fund is projected at 430.27 billion, also be approved. The committee recommends the respective figures for total recurrent non-debt.
During the debate, lawmakers demanded a reduction in the petrol prices against the backdrop of the commencement of the Port Harcourt refinery.
Importance, I was part of the team that went to Port Harcourt to verify the veracity of otherwise as to whether the NNPC have started production. And I can gladly report, sir, it is commendable. No matter what you can say, you have to give kudos to the president, this particular president, for making these things happen in the last 27 years. When you go there, you know from the bottom of your heart that something is amiss in this country. You could see clearly there was an internal sabotage and external influence.
In news of the Port Harcourt refinery coming on stream and the loading reported at the base gave me very sound sleep. But what I was expecting is a push down on the prices of PMS and all that. Maybe because they just started, the PMS is still hovering around 1,100 naira per liter. And if they continue loading in the next 6 months, I have every hope that the prices will continue to go down, the petroleum products. So I join Ningi in saying that the government has scored a very good breakthrough on the issue of refineries. Then the other thing is that we must be mindful of the fact that cost of living is still very high. I'm speaking on the side of people like me. I wasn't an ex-governor or...
I think we should go ahead and do this projection with a pinch of salt. But it also means that we in the National Assembly, particularly very, very distinguished chamber, Mr. President, should have its eyes on the ball so that by March we should be able to see the ways in which the macroeconomy is moving so that we can come back and put a break or adjust certain parameters depending on the way in which the reform process is progressing.
We see consistency, and these refineries are actually producing as they are projected to. then at least by the first quarter, we should be able to see some significant reduction of pressure. But my colleagues, in this M.T.E.F.F. or in subsequent ones, or if we are to do an amendment, we need to find time to address the challenge of power generation.
Senate President Godswill Akpabio, in his remark after the passage of the expenditure framework, commended members of the Joint Committee and other lawmakers for their legislative inputs, leading to the approval of the 2025, 2026 and 2027 M.T.E.F.F. and F.S.P.
The Senate of the Federal Republic of Nigeria has now passed the 2025 to 2027 medium-term expenditure framework, M.T.E.F.F. and fiscal strategy paper for implementation by the federal government of Nigeria.
Hello, hope you enjoyed the news. Please do subscribe to our YouTube channel and don't forget to hit the notification button so you get notified about fresh news updates.